Hello, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm LaKendra Tooks, and it's time for Tooks Takes. Hey, Kids Day crew, Team Tooks. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. I love the 4th. I love a good old hot dog. I love to put on a patriotic outfit and sing, "You're a grand old flag." Now, this 4th, I went to watch Top Gun at Cinespia. Again, not sponsored, but if you work at Cinespia and you want to sponsor us, you should. But let's just talk about Top Gun real quick. Great movie. Just a good old American movie. Usually on the 4th, I like to celebrate America's diversity. So I started my day listening to Celia Cruz. Now, y'all know Miss Celia Cruz, amazing Afro Latina Cubana Americana. And she taught us how to count in Spanish on Sesame Street. So my day started like, la 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 la. And then I ended my 4th of July night with Top Gun, Danger Zone. And Top Gun is just a great movie. Tom Skerritt's in it. And we're there. We're watching this movie. And as soon as Tom Skerritt hits the screen, I'm like, whoa! All by myself. Literally, no one else cared about Mr. Tom Skerritt in that moment. But I love Tom Skerritt. I love Val Kilmer. May he rest in peace. I love Goose. May he rest in peace. I like to ask a guy, when I'm dating, I like to ask a guy what his favorite movie is because I feel like it's a good way to tell something about him. Like, my 3 favorite movies: Purple Rain, The Wedding Singer, and The Five Heartbeats. I love those movies. I quote them daily. I could probably be happy to watch them daily. And I think knowing that those are my 3 favorite movies tells you a little bit about me. Now, my ex, I thought it was adorable that his favorite movie was Big Trouble in Little China because he just loves Kurt Russell. And I mean, I thought that was adorable. I hate when I ask a guy, "What's your favorite movie?" And he's like, "The Godfather, or Citizen Kane." Shut up. You know you love Weekend at Bernie's 1 and 2. What about Mannequin? I love Mannequin. I love anything with Andrew McCarthy in it. He's my 80s crush. Yeah, look him up. Andrew McCarthy, just a basic white man. But I've loved him since childhood. I don't even know why. But yeah, I like a nice, silly, fun movie, either from the 80s or set in the 80s, because it's a nice escape. Because I know there's all kinds of weird and sad, scary stuff happening with the government right now. And y'all, I prefer to stay blissfully uninformed sometimes. I'll just be over here in my la la land with cartwheels and gummy bears and satchels of gold because it is too much for me, y'all, and I can't take it. I'm already on my own roller coaster of emotions just trying to exist as a cis het woman. So I don't need any extra stress. And I really go through a roller coaster of emotions because I'm an emotional person. I feel things, but I'm over the roller coaster of emotions. I just want a roller coaster of love. Roller coaster of love. Say what? That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. That's why I can't do it no more. The roller coaster of emotions is just too much for me. It goes from step 1. Okay, we're on the dating app. He seems normal. And that's not exciting, but it is refreshing. It's like, oh, you might actually be a normal person. You might actually be a real human being because we've been talking for 10 days and you haven't brought up crypto. Okay, so then you exchange info. Maybe speak on the phone, maybe do a little quick FaceTime just to make sure you are who you say you are. And it's like, oh my God, the chemistry is chemistrying, the sparks are sparking, and you have a first date, and it's good, and he's doing things correctly. He's opening doors. He wants to go someplace within a 15-minute radius of your home, which is very important because we have to talk one of these days, not today, because we got a lot of show to get to. We got a lot of show today, but we're going to talk about these geographically undesirable men and how they're expecting you to drive places. That is not okay. Expecting a woman to go any more than, I'll say, maybe 30 minutes away, but honestly, that's too much because that's 9.5s and 10s. We're not doing that, okay? Like, I did that, y'all. I drove all the way to Long Beach to meet a potential suitor at Dave and Buster's. Like, what? In hindsight, what the hell was that? I ain't driving nowhere no more. You better be nice and normal and make me feel pretty sure that you're not going to kill me so you could just come to my house and pick me up. Now, you do have to be careful on this one, ladies, okay? I have pretty good instincts about this stuff, but y'all be careful. So I find out everything I can about the man before I allow him to pick me up. I make sure he has an Instagram. I'm sorry, you need to have an Instagram. If you are under the age of 45, you need to have a dang Instagram because also I need to be able to do my Insta investigations. I go all the way back. I'm like, did you put up one of those black squares in 2020 after George Floyd? But I'm attracting so many dang youngins now. They're like 2020. I was in high school. And I'm like, oh my God, get out of here before Chris Hansen walks into my kitchen. So back to the roller coaster. He's normal, not seeming particularly murderous. This is going great. And that's how the roller coaster starts. It starts out fine. I remember getting on some roller coasters and it starts out so chill. You're like, psh, this ain't even scary. So you're on and you're like, I thought I had to be this tall. This is not even scary. I thought I had to be this tall to ride this thing. It's not even scary. Now in this scenario, this is one of those old timey roller coasters. It's a little rickety, but you're in the seat, you're buckled, you're strapped in, you've got that extra railing, you are safe. Everything's cool, right? Yeah, this is fun. He's doing good. We're on the roller coaster. He's communicating. Oh my God, y'all, he's communicative. The roller coaster is smooth sailing. Just and you're like, yay, this is easy. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Then there's that first morning you don't get your good morning text. Here's your first upside down topsy turvy of the roller coaster because you were smooth. Now you're going all the way up because your blood pressure's on an incline when the communication goes on a decline. But then he sends you a hope you're having a good day. And we're back. Woo! That was scary. But now we're back on the roller coaster. We're smooth sailing. And everything's cool. Then bam, 2 days of absolutely positively no contact whatsoever, and we are in a full tailspin. Oh yeah, tailspin. Oh yeah, tailspin. And this roller coaster is all over the place. Twists, turns, curves, swerves, and you're on it alone. It's like, wait, where'd everybody go? Why am I on this roller coaster alone? No one else is even in line. You don't even need a fast pass, but you're on a roller coaster, baby, alone, twisting, turning, going bananas. And then he texts you. And you're back to smooth sailing. But now, oh, you're in the river rapids because you've gotten off the roller coaster. Now you're on the water ride, the log. You are on Splash Mountain in a log. Now, I haven't been to a theme park in a while because let me tell you something. Also, here's one of the things I don't tell you about getting older. Theme parks aren't fun anymore. At least not for me. Now, as a child, I used to love skipping through Six Flags, Disney World, Islands of Adventure. Me, my dad, and my brother. We would just be like, la, 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 skipping along, riding all the rides, having a great time. My mom would be sitting on a bench holding our stuff for us, and we would only go see her when we needed snacks because mama don't do roller coasters. And mama, I get it. As a child, I love nothing more. Give me a roller coaster. Give me the county fair. Let me risk my life a little bit. Give me one of those things where you go all the way up to the sky and then you just go whoosh back down. I used to love that stuff. Today, are you kidding me? You put me on one of them scary rides, baby, you better put me in a diaper too. Where's Lisa Renna? Because I need those Depends. You better diaper me up because there is just no way. No, thank you. And that's what's happening with my dating. I feel like I need a diaper or one of those bags. One of those bags, one of those little puke bags on an airplane. Because I just feel like I'm just getting nauseous. Dating is literally making me nauseous. I thought I was pregnant. It's like, no, girl, you just keep dating the wrong guys. That's the source of your nausea and upset stomach. So, anyway, 48 hours of no contact and you're a mess because you're on Splash Mountain. You're in a log. You're in the splash zone. Things are about to get messy. And you didn't bring no flip flops, so you're going to have to walk around the rest of the day in wet socks. That's what 48 hours of no contact feels like for me. It feels like walking around an amusement park alone in wet socks. But there's light at the end of the gift shop because he's being semi-communicative again and life's good. You're back on the log. You're flowing through the tunnel of love. Yeah, it's kind of talking to me a little bit. I like it. And then bam, the weekend comes. Where is he? I just got off Splash Mountain and now I'm at the county fair and I am not well. I'm drinking beer. I'm eating funnel cakes. I'm getting swindled with the games. So, we started out at a lovely theme park together. Now I'm at the county fair alone, just me and the Carnies and Leanne Locken from the Real Housewives of Dallas. I have a feeling I'm going to figure out a way to mention Leanne Locken every episode of Tooks Takes. And if you're an old school Housewives head like me, we see each other. But anyway, so I want to just, y'all, I can't take it no more. I'm getting off this dating roller coaster of emotions, and I'm getting on the roller coaster. Say what? That's right. I'm getting there. Everything is working out for me. Dating is easy and fun. We're going to fake it till we make it. All men are tall and have hair and manners. Amen. Now, y'all, I got to talk to y'all about something important. If you are watching the video version of this, which I hope you are because I look cute today. Look at me. I'm wearing a cute dress. I dressed up for you guys. Now, let me just be transparent for a minute, okay? This is y'all that are listening right now because I need your help. I need you to make sure that you're following me on social media, y'all. Not only following me, but I need you to like stuff. I need you to, when I post, I need you to like, I need you to comment, I need you to share it. Yes, this is stupid. I hate this. I feel like a heel even bringing it up. You know, being cute and charming and talented used to be enough. Carol Burnett didn't have to do this. Lucille Ball never had to worry about how many followers she had. Gilda Radner never had to do this, but this is where we are now. And this stuff, while it's not important to me in real life, it is important to me because it has to be important for me because that's the way the industry is now. You have to have a following and figure out algorithms and hashtags and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, right now, y'all, I just want more eyes and ears on Tooks Takes because I'm so proud of it. I'm having so much fun and I'm so happy with my new team. And I'm so excited to be sharing with you all via this platform. And I want all the girls and gays all over the world to know about Tooks Takes so that we can all just hang out and laugh and lift each other up because, y'all, it is hard out here for the girls and gays. We have to take care of each other. But anyway, if you're watching the video episode today, you see that I switched up the hair a little bit now y'all know I have been Bobbiana Dupree for a hot minute now, and I love being Little Miss Bob. But today I'm wearing my natural hair. This is the real me. And I know that we've got a very diverse audience, which I love. But for some of y'all, I know I'm your only black friend. And that's not okay. I do want you to get out more. I do want you to get out there. But for now, I'm your black friend. And I know you guys have burning questions. It's so interesting to me. White people have so many burning questions about our hair. I mean, y'all need to be asking us how we season. You need to be trying to figure out how we do our fried chicken correctly. But no, you got burning questions about the hair. And you should not ask because it's not even about it being rude. It's not about microaggressions. It's not about any of that. At least not for me. You know, anything that you lovely white people ask us about our hair, we've been asked. We've been asked, we've talked about it, and we don't want to talk about it anymore, okay? So our hair is a lot of work sometimes. Just to get this ponytail up and running, baby, I got to use 4 different types of gels. I got an edge control. I got Let's Jam. I got Eco Styler. Then to get it slicked back, then it gets slicked back too far back because I got a black girl forehead and I got strong features. So then to offset some of the forehead so that I'm not looking like Slick Rick working at the used car dealership, I got to try to bring down a couple tendrils. You know, white people, y'all take your tendrils for granted, okay? For us, you guys can just do a messy bun and you got tendrils coming down, but I am a black girl with 4C hair, you know? I mean, I don't even know. Do white people have a grading system for their hair? I feel like probably most white people are like maybe a 1A or maybe like a curly hair white girl is like a 1C. But for black people, I mean, I'm a 4C. That means like these curls, they're kinky, they are tight. It takes a lot of work to get my hair to do right. But you know what? I love my hair. I'm proud of my hair. It's my heritage. Shout out to my ancestors. But, it's a lot of work doing my hair. And what blows my mind sometimes, the people that are like, oh, you black girls, you wear wigs and weaves because you want to be like white people. Who said that? Who said that? No, 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 baby. Also, there is not a wig alive that's going to make me look anything like a white person. I could put on the most blonde Diane Sawyer, Martha Stewart. I don't think anyone's ever going to be mistaking me for Becky. I don't think anyone's ever going to come up to me and be like, Becky? I was like, yeah. Like, Give me a break. I mean, I can't speak for all the black girls, but I know for me, I wear my wigs out of convenience. The wig, it's easy. Just put it on, install it. It's there. The winds can blow. You can drive around in your convertible, but you're good. You got a couple bobby pins in there. You are straight. I wear the wigs because I do think I look good with straight hair, but straightening my hair, do y'all see this? Straightening my hair is too much work. Not only is it a lot of work, it also could cause a lot of damage to my natural hair. And y'all, I am in my full fitness era. Y'all know I'm protein, protein, protein. Y'all know I go to power yoga. I go to hot power yoga almost every day. I come out of there, I'm drenched in sweat. So I come out of that class, I'm drenched. I got to put a towel on the seat, not to be graphic, but I'm wet. So I come out of class, and if I go and get my hair pressed out, get it straightened, then I go to yoga the next day, I'm gonna walk in looking like Bobbiana Dupree, but I'm gonna walk out looking like Michael Jackson on tour in '88 with the sweaty Jerry curl. I mean, that's what it's gonna look like. And y'all, I just can't go back to a sweaty Jerry curl. I already had a leisure curl in the '90s. It was a rough time. There's a period from about 1993 to 1996 where there are no pictures of me, and for good reason. Because if you knew me in the '90s, if you're listening right now and you knew me in the '90s, you remember my leisure girl, my cousins and aunties. I know y'all remember my little leisure girl era where I had to sleep with one of them little plastic conditioning caps on. Not a bonnet, not a do rag, not even a scarf. You had to put on a little plastic conditioning cap so that you didn't ruin pillows everywhere you went. Girl, let me tell y'all, one of these days, when I write my memoir and y'all see what I have truly had to endure in life, you're gonna finally just follow me on Instagram. You're gonna comment on all my stuff. You're gonna be like, let's help this po child tackle the algorithm. You're gonna say she's been through enough, guys. She's been through enough. Let's follow her on Instagram. Now, before we're gonna talk about the Real Housewives of Miami today. I'm really excited to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami, but we got to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, the Tell-All Part 2. Now, we're still dealing with the aftermath of those trans comments. Remember how Shekinah thought Ani of the throuple was trans, but then Aaliyah, she pipes in because she actually is trans, and she brings up a good point that what a lot of trans people are dealing with is people saying, "Oh, you still look masculine. Is that an Adam's apple? Your hands are big," And she says maybe Shekinah's question wasn't a rude question, but it also wasn't a necessary question because, yeah, you don't ask someone. It's like don't ask, don't tell. If somebody wants you to know that they're trans, they will tell you. Okay? If somebody wants you to know what's going on between their legs, they will tell you. So we're not asking those kinds of questions. Okay? But before we get back into 90 Day Fiance, let me be ADD for a second. We got to talk about And Just Like That. What's going on in the writer's room? They just have a whiteboard up of every single issue imaginable, and they say, we're going to tackle them all. And I don't like Carrie Bradshaw anymore. Has she always worn heels around the house? I mean, who wears heels around the house? I can see if it's your man's birthday and you want to, throw on a little pleaser, give him a little birthday dance. But other than that, who the hell is wearing high heels around the house, stomping on the hardwood floors? And what kind of a grown man throws a rock at your window? Now we know where Wyatt gets it from. I'm so sorry if you guys aren't watching this, but it's the Sex and the City reboot. The Sex and the City reboot. And just like that, it's crazy. Aiden, your son Wyatt, he needs a whooping. Send Wyatt to go live with the black family for a month. I guarantee you he'll come back brand new. And let's talk about Charlotte's kids for a minute. Okay, her one child changed their name to Rock because they're non-binary. Okay, fine. We're going to call you Rock. The other daughter, right there at the dinner table in front of Grandpa, she's like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend's bi. And Polly, in front of your granddaddy? Granddaddy doesn't need to know that. I mean, and also, I'm sorry, Cynthia Nixon. I did not need to see full frontal nudity from Miranda Hobbs. It wasn't cool in the 90s, and it ain't cool now. And why do they have my girl Jennifer Lewis carrying a Michael Kors Speedy? The only person I like on this show right now is Miranda's new lover, Joy. But I'm sorry, I don't want to see any Miranda sex scenes. I'm sorry, I don't. This show used to be funny and sexy. What happened? I mean, I could say a lot more, but we will save that for another day. Let's get back into 90 Day Fiancé because there is trouble in throuple paradise. Amani has now told Ani multiple times, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, which is literally exactly what you're trying to do. You met her at a strip club. How you gonna judge her for stripping? It's not like you met her at church. And I bet those stripper skills are pretty handy in the bedroom. And Ani's got to make that money, okay? She's got to get what she's got. She got to get the money from Amani. She got to get the money from the strip club. And Ani, I'm team Ani. Take all Amani's money. Ani, be a gold digger. Do it. Dig up all of Amani's gold, all of Amani's money, Ani. You can have it and take her money so she can't afford to get any more bad plastic surgery. Okay, because Matt and Amani, this whole time, they were getting on my nerves, trying to insert themselves into everything, especially with Sarper and Shekinah. I think Amani must have like a secret crush on Shekinah because she is obsessed. I kept screaming at the TV, leave her alone. Quit trying to talk to the girl. She don't like you. Leave her alone. But then Matt and Amani, they're both like, Sarper, you're amazing. How do you put up with her? And Shekinah didn't feel like Sarper had her back. So then he's like, look, if I have your back, things can get physical. And I don't want that. Shekinah's crying. She's sad. Sarper's like, hold on, let me go get the ring. The ring will make you happy. And it did. Here's a lesson for you men. If your girl's mad at you, buy her some jewelry. Okay, so the throuple is still, they're like, everybody's grilling Ani. Like, are you scamming them? Da 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 da. They don't care. They're getting divorced so that they can have Ani come and live with them. They want the throuple and the kids all under the same roof. And although they've had some issues, they believe the three of them are stronger together. And you know what? God bless the throuple. I wish the throuple the best. And then, okay, let's move on to Juan and Jessica. They bring out Danielle. She's like, she used to be on 90 Day Fiance a long time ago. I guess because her man works at a resort and Jessica met Juan working on the cruise ship. And then Jessica's annoying friend Megan is there. She's just so annoying. Jessica, you need to tell her to mind her business, okay? This girl is going after Juan too much. Let it go, Megan. How you getting forehead wrinkles over someone else's marriage? And then Danielle has some weird beef with Shekinah. And then Maddie of Stevie and Maddie, he decides to get involved because he's like, this really bothered me. I don't like lawyers. I just don't like it when people lie. I don't like lying and I don't like lawyers. I mean, he's standing a good 10 feet away from Danielle and she's like, get your finger out of my face. And she charges toward him like a ram. And it's like, whoa, girl, you are clearly trying to have a moment. And of course, Matt and Amani chime in. Well, let's move on to my favorite couple, Mark and Mina. I really like them. I don't have much to say about them. Like, Mark's daughter, Jordan, has made up with Mina, and now they're all one big happy family. Mina's got her green card. They're going to go back to Paris soon to pick up her son. I am so happy for them. Okay, and then we have Sean and Aaliyah, and they bring in Armando and Kenny because Armando and Kenny, they're a gay couple. And Sean and Aaliyah started out as a gay couple, but now Aaliyah has transitioned. She's transitioning into womanhood. And then, okay, so we revisit their wedding day. And I'm team Sean on this one because being 2 hours late to your wedding, I get it. Things go wrong on the day of the wedding, but it's like, dude, Sean's a hairstylist. He had already like pre-styled the wig. Like, come on. And it's hard. And then Kenny asked the question straight up. Kenny's like, are you still going to be able to love Aaliyah if she gets bottom surgery? And you know what? It's a hard situation, right? If you're with your partner and you love them and then they decide to transition, I don't know what I would do, but Sean apologized for his behavior at the wedding. I wish all the 90 Day Fiance couples the best. The couples, not the thruples. The thruple can kick rocks, but I do wish all the couples the best. All right, let's get into the Real Housewives of Miami. We begin with Julia singing opera, and she's blaming Guerdy for everything. I'm sorry, I cannot hit that note, but Guerdy is a psychopath and a liar, and she made the water in my cup splash on herself and the only other black person in the room. I am so glad production put together this little montage of Julia acting a whole fool with the little scary Transylvania music in the background, the little like organ, da-da-da. And she's like, she threw my opera singing in my face. And it's like, you threw water in her face. I was defending Martina and my family. What did Guerdy do to Martina and your family, Julia? Like, make it make sense. Oh, also this episode we get taglines. Lars's is my favorite. It's hard to get on my bad side because I don't have one. Now we go to Guerdy's house. Guerdy's doing her Halloween decor. It's a lot of Halloween decor. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'll be one of those moms who puts a jack-o'-lantern out on the front stoop and leaves it there until Christmas. I don't see myself getting like insane with the Halloween decor. But I love Guerdy's husband. Guerdy's husband is very concerned about this little issue that Julia and Guerdy had. And I saw some scuttlebutt online that people were saying that her husband was anti-lesbian or something, but I don't think so. And I'm just really trying to figure out what Julia's problem is. It feels like she is just launching this very unnecessary attack against Guerdy. And I just, for the life of me, I cannot seem to figure out why. Like, why? What is it? And she's taking no accountability for her actions, saying the water spilled. I got her wet. I shouldn't have gotten her wet. No, you shouldn't have thrown your drink. I allowed Guerdy to get the best of me. Julia, something's wrong with you, girl. That is a form of assault and violence. Baby, if you throw a drink at me, you better hope it drowns me. Because when I get done with you, you will only be receiving your liquids via IV drip. I don't play those games. And I was actually really proud of Guerdy for maintaining her control whilst Julia was losing her mind and clearly lying. Like, she's lying. There's no miscommunication. I can tell she's lying. And that old ugly Martina, I'm sorry, Martina, but I don't like your attitude. I'm still not over the way she treated Guerdy at Lisa's party. And then to say that Guerdy is attacking their family? How? So Julia did send an apologetic text to Guerdy, but girl, bye. Guerdy's not responding to that, and I don't blame her. Getting a drink thrown at you is it's a huge violation, okay? And I still can't believe that no one had Guerdy's back, especially Kiki. Now Julia says, I'll still invite Guerdy to the baby shower if she can control herself. Julia, can you control yourself? You're the only one acting a fool around here. And y'all, her Instagram is in shambles right now. I don't follow her because I don't really care to follow her, but her Instagram's in shambles. People are not happy with Julia right now. So we meet the new girl, Stephanie. She seems okay. She's very rich. Her husband has the third largest real estate development firm in South Florida. And I guess because, this is what rich people do. I didn't know. They're taking a private plane to Orlando to pick up her dogs. That can't be great for the environment, but hey, when you're rich, who cares? So Stephanie asked Larsa about the Larlisa feud. But Larsa's like, girl, that's old news because Julia actually baptized Guerdy the other night. Now, as a Christian, I don't agree with calling that a baptism. But Alexia right now is baptizing herself in Todd delusions. Stephanie asked Larsa about the Larlisa feud, but Larsa's like, that's old news because Julia baptized Guerdy the other night. And as a Christian, I don't agree with calling that a baptism, okay? Throwing a drink in someone's face does not a baptism make. But Alexia is baptizing herself in Todd delusions. Larsa calls Marisol, and Marisol's like, Todd asked for a 3-month extension on the divorce. And Alexia's on the roller coaster just like me. But no, she's on a toddler coaster because Todd's acting like a toddler. Too much BBB for me. But how's Alexia going to ever get over Todd? There's only one way. Trade in that BBB for some new D. They say the best way to get over a guy is to get under a new one. But poor Alexia, she's on the toddler coaster and she can't get off. Now let's go see Lisa with Marisol. Lisa is still mourning the death of her father. Our condolences to you, Lisa. But Lisa missed the party, so she needs all the chismosa. So Alexia and Marisol are telling Lisa everything that happened at Marisol's party and everything that Larsa said about the last night in Milan and Jody screaming with his huge, big old Precious Moments eyeballs raging, bulging out of their sockets. And Lisa's like, what a liar. Larsa? More like liarsa. So then we cut to Larsa. And Larsa is on the phone with Jack, who was actually present for that last night in Milan. And Jack says that night was crazy. He says he was super shocked and he had to tell Jody, dude, you can't talk to women that way. And even Lisa had to calm him down. So who's telling the truth? Jack says Jody, and those eyes were just going off on Larsa. And Lisa's like, nope, his eyes aren't scary at all. They're beautiful, like a Furby. My man is fine. He looks like a Furby, and that's hot. So Jody looks like a hot, sexy Furby. Lisa loves it. And she's like, well, I was so mad at Larsa. I sent her this picture, and I'm not even sorry. Ay, Dios mío. Is her dead dad in a casket? Ay, por favor, monkey. You sent that picture to Pips. Ay, Dios mío. I mean, what do you do when you're fighting with your friend and she sends you a picture of her dead dad? It's like, okay, I guess you win. And speaking of dads, Kiki is working on forgiving her dad, okay? She's got this adorable little girl. She's got a son that her dad doesn't really know. And I gotta say, Kiki, your daddy's kind of handsome. I can see why he's got a 3-year-old son. That's right, Kiki. You've got a 3-year-old little brother girl. But I wish them the best. I mean, like, I can't relate to having a dad that's not present. I love my dad, and I think every girl deserves to have a great dad. Marisol, Larsa, and Julia are meeting with new girl Stephanie. And I'm still deciding how I feel about Stephanie. She's super rich, but she also grew up on a farm in Colombia, so she's semi relatable. She met her husband at a Miami Heat game when she was 26 and he was 50. But she's a workaholic. She does not want kids. She doesn't even have time to freeze her eggs. But where's Alexia? Alexia's supposed to be meeting them for drinks. Is she with Todd? Is she on the Todd-coaster? She swears she just had a migraine and she was not with Todd. But Alexia says although Adriana is not the reason for her split from Todd, she didn't make things better with her little gossip. Last season, Adriana had, the streets were talking about Todd and Alexia, and it turns out it wasn't gossip because it was the truth. So the new girl, Stephanie, when she comes into, okay, we're at the baby shower. So, yes. Oh, wait, did I tell you guys that? Adriana is throwing a baby shower for Julia and Martina because they just adopted 2 little baby boys named Luca and Jackson. So Stephanie arrives at the baby shower. Now, I think she knows Alexia, but I don't think she knows her very well. And she's immediately like, hey, nice to meet you. Todd's trash. And when God takes out the trash, you don't go digging through the dumpster. Now, Alexia is not taking that well because in her mind, she is married and this is working and she is still married in her heart. Okay. So it's so funny also when Alexia and Adriana are fighting over the microphone. It reminds me of that scene in Bridesmaids where they're like, I feel so close to you. I can communicate with a simple look. And then they start singing, keep shining, keep smiling, knowing you can always count on me. So anyway, they're doing all the baby shower games. They're eating stuff out of diapers. I don't know. That's gross. Then they play Truth or Dare. Julia says she'd do a threesome with new girl Stephanie. And Lars is like, you know what? My truth is I'm too loyal. I'm too loyal because I post on OnlyFans every day. I'm way too loyal to my feet. Okay. And then Lisa looks at Stephanie and she's like, oh, you're so rich. I want to be friends with people who have jets and yachts. And I'm like, dude, me too. And then Stephanie's like, well, do you only want to ride my private plane with caviar? Will you eat bull testicles? If I serve you bull testicles, will you eat that too? Will you still want to be my friend? Okay, so who told Lisa about what took place at Marisol's party? Because Lisa's like, I'm not a rat. I'm not going to tell. But then Kiki is a rat because Kiki tells us it was Guerdy who told Lisa everything that happened at the party. And I don't like that because Guerdy's not there to speak up for herself. And Lisa's like, listen, you guys, I have a dead dad. Cut me some slack. The poor thing has to leave. She just can't take it. And Adriana, thank you. You taught me a new word, conviviality, the quality of being friendly. Now, next time on The Real Housewives of Miami, Guerdy and Julia will finally sit down. And then also, new girl Stephanie is pissed with Lisa for being late. Now, before I get out of here, here's my Tooks takeaway for the day. And my Tooks takeaway today is pray. Pray for America. Pray for our country, pray for our leadership, pray for all of those people in Texas who got swept up in a flood in the middle of the night. My heart goes out to them. I mean, I think about my little, silly little issues that I'm going through. And it's like, dude, actually, we're all incredibly blessed to be here. And there's a lot of people that are going through a lot and are struggling and are scared. So let's pray for them. Let's pray that better days are ahead. And in the meantime, I hope my light helps you find your light and you shine so bright. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.